Hello everyone and welcome to my final holiday projects video for 2022. I know it's technically 2023 now, but these projects were all done for a party I hosted for my dad's side of the family that took place on New Year's Eve. I originally had a few more things I wanted to do, but I was behind schedule on the party prep as a whole, so I had to balance my priorities, and alas, making the food for the party was a little more important. There's always next year, right? Well, actually, one of the projects I was planning on doing for this party, I'm now planning to incorporate into my social media throughout the year. And you'll probably see it here on YouTube in the form of shorts as well. So that'll work out anyway. But anyway, I had a few more signs and windows that I did for this party, so that's what the bulk of this video is going to be about. I'm also going to show a little bit about the cleaning process as well, afterwards. So let's get to it. I did 2 more of these chalkboard signs because I figured I had a little more room to fill for decor. With both of these, I was designing them on the fly, and luckily, I was happy with the way they both turned out. As with the other chalkboard signs I made, and you can see those and the process I used to make them in my earlier video titled Holiday Chalkboard Signs, I'll link it in the description. But as I did with those, I used a Stabilo All marking pencil to sketch in guidelines and temporary lettering, and then I used Versachalk to create the final design. also have a few more window projects that I wasn't quite finished with when I released my holiday window mural video a few weeks ago. The first one is this wreath I made on one of my doors in my 3-season room. I was originally going to do one on the other door as well, but then I decided not to. And then the other window project was this lettering composition of holiday song lyrics. I thought it would give people something to do as sort of a game for the party. They are all random lyrics from a variety of holiday songs, and someone could guess the song they come from. Not surprisingly, this project was one of the most consuming of all. I started it over a month before this party and worked on it here and there throughout the month. I also thought this was a good idea for me to do because my main strength is lettering rather than drawing or illustrating, so I figured I could show off more of my skills that way. However, because it was so time-consuming and because I didn't lay anything out beforehand, I was often rushed and overwhelmed with trying to fit certain lyrics in certain places. And you'll see that when I start the second window on the right side, I got a little sloppy and the lines weren't very straight. That was also partially because I was apparently too lazy to go grab my step stool that day. And I was literally finishing this part of the project the day before the party. Oh, and you'll see that I actually had to relocate some of the lyrics that I did on the left side, because for the party I decided to put this table over here in this area, and it covered the bottom part of the window and my lettering. So I ended up doing that part twice, but overall it turned out great in the end, if you ignore the slantiness of the top of the right window. So this is how it all looked before and during the party. Again, there are projects from previous videos showcased in this decor as well, so if you haven't seen those videos, you should check them out. Finally, I'm showing you some of the cleaning off process. For the windows, I used a wet cloth to wipe away the paint markers. They were water-based markers, so they came off relatively easy with water. For the places, I used acrylic paint. It was easier to scrape the paint off with a straight razor blade. You'll see that when you see me taking the wreath off of the inside of the big front windows. I'm going to go over this process in full detail in next week's video when I show you all about window painting. And then for the chalkboards, again, all I had to use was a wet cloth since all I used on the chalkboards were chalk markers. Alright, everyone, that is going to do it for this week's video. Stay tuned until the very end, I've got some bonus footage and sneak peeks for you. But first, I want to thank you, yes you, for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you found it to be helpful, use those buttons. If you want to see more, you can follow Shrush Design on social media. The links are all in the description. And if you would like to browse my online shops, I have 2 Etsy shops and a Fiverr account, also listed below. If you are local to southeastern Wisconsin, I have even more services available, so you'll want to check out my website for that information. But wait, there's more! If you happen to be planning a wedding in the near future, I have another YouTube channel called Shrush Design Weddings, through which I discuss all of the choices you'll have while planning your wedding. And I also have another channel called Poised Pencraft, through which I teach the art of lettering, calligraphy, and some graphic design skills if you want to learn how to create your own designs from scratch and make each project truly your own. Links for both of those channels are, you guessed it, in the description. So if you're all subscribed now and ready for next week's video, I'll see you then. For now though, I'll leave you with the bonus footage and sneak peeks. Enjoy! For the bonus footage this week, I've got a short Assistant Chaz clip and also another short clip of when I put my Christmas tree up. I uploaded a short on YouTube back in November of me putting my tree up, but this one is a wider angle and with a different camera. And then for the sneak peeks, I already mentioned that next week, the 11th, I will be doing a dedicated tutorial on the basics of window painting. Again, what types of paint to use, how to clean the paint off, design transfer methods that you can use with glass, and much more. Then on the 18th, I'm going to do a video tutorial on the basics of the iOS Procreate app. If you've been watching this channel, you've heard me mention this app before, and maybe you've heard of it in other places too. I'm going to be giving a quick overview of how to use it and show you a few applications of how I've used it over the years and how it may be helpful for your DIY projects. And then on the 25th, in honor of my husband's and my 4th wedding anniversary, I'm going to go back and redo some of the DIYs I did for our wedding back when I first started learning calligraphy and lettering and graphic design. I've improved a lot since then, and I want to take another crack at some of the projects I did. And also do some projects that I never got around to back then as well. So that's what you have to look forward to on this channel in the next few weeks. But for now, I will see you next week with the glass painting basics video. Bye!